he fixed my pond. He's going to tell you what it takes to fix a pond.
What you got to do, you just got to go out there and set the excavator. This is an X80 link belt. We went out there, we took and tested the area, see where the softest was and the solid ground was. And
my job today is to determine how deep the mud is in the pond here, and at the same time this is gonna be maximum water height at this point, and so I'll determine that too, because it's been raining. So I want to point out before I start that I got a nice rock ledge here, so we think it might be rock there, and there's also a rock ledge up there, so it's scary. So let's just look at how deep the water is. About a foot. And I'm hitting muck at about a foot. Bought one of these, threw it out here, and they're all over the place now. I don't know how they procreate, really. Oh, I haven't hit rock yet. Ew. Rock. I hit rock at about 3 3/4. Well, I'm reading, and the water level, I'm reading 3 3/4 feet. So that's rock. So you figure 2 3/4, 3 feet of mud, let's call it. Sinking deeper too. I'm up to the where my legs come together. Oh, in water. So, all right. So I hit rock out here. Oh, but it's 5 foot. There's 5 foot of mud out here. Slightly less than 5 foot. So we must have a rock shelf and then another rock shelf. Well, there it is there. It's just a foot down right there. 2 foot below the water. Let's just call it that way anymore. 2 foot below the water. And then I get into a deeper one. Oh, nope. Still 2 foot below the water right there. Through the ground came a bubbling crude. That would make this farm pay. Well, I think I'm gonna give up. I already did it. Ooh, it gets to be some kind of solid mud at about 3 foot below the water. Ooh. Oh, come on out of there. Ooh. Yikes. All right, I'm getting out. I'm not moving in. You can have it back. The rock, that's why. Okay, I'm getting out. Whew. That was fun. This is the worst drought I think we've had. It's the worst drought since I've been here in '06. Of course, I haven't been at this farm, but it's funny. I put like one of those plants in out, and what them things are reproducing like mad. That's surprising. Didn't find any rock, because that other bank over there is all rock.
Yeah, it's all made
You see, it's funny how this guy's sliding in that thing. Particularly when he goes up over the hill. He turns around and goes the other way. And he goes up over that hill. He slides sideways. Seems like he's going to go right over. Let's see if he does it. No, make a liar on him. He didn't hardly do it. There he goes. Yow! He seems like he's going to slide right down the hill. Come off again, I guess. He was going real slow. Where's this bar? They said they found 2 or 3 barrels in here. I'd like to test if that's a plastic. I think it's plastic. I don't want to get out and get in the mud. There's mud everywhere. I'm gonna have guys work on the pond again. It looks like he's not gonna do much right now. He just dropped his equipment off, looks like. So I want to be sure I get a before on this pond because it's a mess. I've been mowing a little bit around there. It was even worse than it is now. So he's getting started on it. One reason I want him to work on it now is we're in the biggest drought I've ever seen since I've lived here about 12 years. And that thing's almost dried up. It's still mud. It's not really almost dried up. It's still mud. But it's a lot drier than... This is the driest it's ever been. I've neglected it all summer. I was surprised to go down there and see how dried up it was. Because it's got an overflow drain. I mean, we cut the drain out so it wouldn't fill, but there still was, you know, it didn't go all the way to the bottom, so there still was water in it. But it's just dried up. It's just, this drought is bad. One thing that's really helping him is that the drought, we've having the most severe drought I've ever seen since I've been here 15 years. Because this was soup. The other guys was in here and it was just, they would scoop soup. It was like soup. And then they would dump it on this thing and they'd get the skid steer and just shoosh, push it off over that way. But, so yeah, this being solid matter anymore helps him dig. He might get to where he can actually get in here. If he could get in here with a bulldozer, he could really just push it, just really do it in a hurry probably, but you couldn't even push that mass with a bulldozer. I don't think it would just sink down in. It wouldn't. You need to be able to go on top of it and scrape off some and push it over.
We went out there, we took and tested the area, see where the softest was and the solid ground was, and we eased out there and set and we started cleaning all the mud out. And once we got all the mud cleaned out and got down to the good solid bottom, we took all the blue clay and we pour it up against the dam and we walk it in.
He's been over here digging for a while, and there's more to it. I mean, it don't happen in a minute. None of this stuff happens in a minute. He's going to have a hard time, I think. Well, he can actually get down in there now. I think he said he hit rock down there. 'Cause he's not going to be able to reach that whole pile. I figure too we're you know, strengthening the dam wall to some extent, the dam wall, by putting that stuff over like that. Plus he's going to make me a wider road. You see his motions are very smooth and continuous. Someday I want to get a GoPro and wear it and show how I hack through. Look there, see all those red berries? That's that stupid bush honeysuckle. There's a big dead tree. Now, is that the big tree? I don't think that's the big dead tree I was going to cut down. I thought it was over there, but now I'm not sure. Maybe that is the big dead tree. There's Osage orange. These are relatively tall ones. And I saw briars. I think that's the big dead tree there that I was going to cut. I was thinking it was over here. Like this one. This one isn't so enormous. Yeah, see, I already started cutting on this one. I don't think this is the one. Use that arm, that scoop arm, to really help himself move. Going down in. See, he's got to handle this stuff twice because he can't reach it all the way over, I guess. From here it looks like he could reach it, but if he could, he would. So he's staging it. He's just moving it a little bit and staging it. Man, it's all nasty clay. I don't know how that clay got in there. See, that bank actually looks like good dirt. You can kind of see the difference right there with that clay from the bottom. Where all that clay came from. Unless that pond never was deep, I don't know. Oh, he's really done a lot today. Somehow or another, it looks like he found good dirt. There's balls of clay. This here is good dirt, I think. Kind of good. That was roasted. He's really getting it cleaned out. That's for sure. We weren't sure if we could get down in here. See, here's a rock ledge right there. I guess there's one more. City rock. But that's weird how that clay is so nasty. That blue clay.
Got all the mud cleaned out, got down to the good solid bottom. We took all the blue clay and we pull it up against the dam and we walk it in. And then we just work our way around like that all the way around. And as you can see, that's what it turns out to be after you work on it and clean it.
He says we did it, but actually he did it.
Well, I had a little help putting the pipe in.
Yeah, we put a pipe at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'll have another thing that shows that pipe.
But that's all it takes.
And this was you decided this particular machine was the right one for the job.
It's the right one for the job. It ain't too big. and it ain't too small. It's just right. It's 18,000 pounds. It's got a 2-foot bucket on it, and it's got a blade so you can push and grade with it. And it's really just Monaco's the best machine you can get.
Yeah.
For the job and stuff, doing that kind of work.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's funny how he drives that thing right down in there. I'd be a little bit scared. He's charging me money for this, but he's a skilled operator. He was telling me how he selected this particular machine as being the right size, not too big, not too small. I guess he was right about it. It's got that little, he's using that little bulldozer thing too. We just laid the pipe in down at the pond. He's packing it with clay right now. I also put a little concrete, dry concrete around it for the annular, so to speak. He's packing in the pipe. He's packing that clay in there. This nasty clay is what holds it, what seals it. That's what he tells me. That good dirt won't hold it, he said, that brown stuff up above. See, that's what this wall is made of, I guess, this nasty clay. It's just like really bad. I don't know if this is anywhere else on my property, but it probably is. We dug this barrel out of there. It looks like it had some sort of purpose at one time. These holes, and there's wire, barbed wire of course. Like that was supposed to, they had a pipe, there was a pipe in there, and I wonder if they had that little, it was just a small pipe about this big. It might have fit in there. And this might have been the thing to kind of keep it from getting plugged up. I don't know what this was. They dug it out of there. As I say, along with some pipe about this size. I got a ravine there, right? He's either on it or it's just on my side of it. But I asked him to see if he could do something about that ravine. And I also have erosion. There's kind of a lip. And it looks like he's been running along that erosion, pulling dirt out of there and bringing it over to the ravine. There's junk. People before me were throwing trash in there. Thought about cleaning it out. There's some wood in there. I thought about burning it. Then I thought, let's just cover it all up. That wood's going to be all crumbly anymore anyway. It'll just smash down probably. And that toilet can be there for the archaeologists to find. I mean, it's all broken up. See how he's scraping that dirt? And I'm using that thing like a bulldozer. And I found that Southern States has a cover crop for like $20 for a big bag of seed. And I'm going to buy some of that and just spread it around. The kind of seed that just grows up without you really trying very hard is what I need. And that's what I'm going to do. And then after, I'll throw any kind of seed in there. Eventually, maybe we'll get some hay, I don't know. I also want to plant those rows of Sharon. I've got a tree right here, that one right right there. It's a little too big for that hillside, to my thinking. And when the ground's all wet and soggy, I'm going to dig it up, break it into pieces, and go take it down there and plant it down there. They grow pretty easy, and that'll be help against erosion and look nice. This is Corey Harding. He fixed my pond. He's going to tell you what it takes to fix a pond.
What you got to do, you just got to go out there and set the excavator. This is an X80 link belt. We went out there, we took and tested the area, see where the softest was and the solid ground was, and we eased out there and set, and we started cleaning all the mud out. And once we got all the mud cleaned out and got down to the good solid bottom, we took all the blue clay and we pull it up against the dam and we walk it in. And then we just work our way around like that all the way around. And as you can see, that's what it turns out to be after you work on it and clean it.
He says we did it, but actually he did it.
Well, I had a little help putting the pipe in.
Yeah, we put a pipe at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'll have another thing that shows that pipe.
But that's all it takes.
And this was you decided this particular machine was the right one for the job.
It's the right one for the job. It ain't too big and it ain't too small. It's just right. It's 18,000 pounds. It's got a 2-foot bucket on it, and it's got a blade so you can push and grade with it. And it's really just Monaco's the best machine you can get.
Yeah.
For the job and stuff, doing that kind of work.
Yeah.
It really is.